So how are you, Biden's bitch? You need to introduce yourself to all the viewers. I'll shut up.
I'm Biden's dime piece, his side piece. I may be Hunter's real mother. We can't discuss that. I'm not proud of it.
So what attracted you to Joe Biden?
Well, he's rich because he steals a lot of money.
Oh, look at you, all dolled up. No, well, can I just ask you something? Can we have your real name?
It's Betty.
Oh, it's Betty. Is Biden bitch Betty? Betty Biden's bitch?
Biden's bitch Betty.
Biden's bitch Betty. I want to make sure that I call you correctly. I wouldn't want
Bingo
to
Betty's my sister, like the Bob Newhart show.
Oh, okay. So this is Betty. This is my sister, Betty. All right. Well, I want to make sure that I have your name right because I know that all you libs get offended if we don't call you properly. So okay. So Ralph says you look like a libtard. Well, apparently she is one. I thought she was Barbara Bush.
Barbara Bush is dead, isn't she?
Grandpa Joe is with us. Hello, Grandpa Joe. Call me Gem. Oh, of course. Yes, Gem. I will call you Gem. And you are a Gem. Mickey is with us. Hi, Mickey. And Lucille says hi to Betty. So, to what do we owe this pleasure? Biden's bitch, Betty.
Well, he has me around. I'm trying to prep him for the debate against that stupid orange man.
How's that go?
Town, and I took over changing his diapers from Jill. Jill knows about me.
Oh, what did she say about you?
We have menage a trois all the time.
Wait, you're telling me he can still perform in that area?
I didn't say with him.
Oh. Well, do you want to reveal the source of your trois and your menage a trois?
His initials may be BC, and it's not big, you know what.
Oh, but this is very interesting.
We met at the Jeff Epstein Island.
Oh my. Well, tonight's show is called The Great Debate because we are going to once again have debates between Joe Biden and President Trump. And I thought, Biden's bitch Betty, that it would be fun for us to look back on the 2020 debates and the performances there and have some discussions, particularly about what Trump said then and what Biden said then and what actually came to pass. So does that work for you, Biden's bitch Betty? It does.
I have an hour to kill.
Okay, good. And I'm sorry, Gloria is with us tonight. How are you, Gloria? That's great. So, would you like to say anything else before we start jumping into clips?
No, I want to see them. I want to see what he's like before Adderall.
Before dementia too. Although it was setting in, it was a little evident at those days. Yeah, hold on. It's a setup to kick him out. He's going to get humiliated. He is a dementia patient and he can't speak coherently for 1 minute, let alone 2 minutes. Is that true? Biden's bitch Betty? Is he coherent when
30, a little bit. 30 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if there's no audience, right?
No audience.
So what's to say that they don't do AI when they televise it?
That would be election interference of the.
But who would know?
Trump, because he's there. That'd be interesting. First time we met in person was the 2020 debate. Oh, yes, that's right. That's absolutely right. Maria Lupo is with us. How are you? Does Biden's bitch Betty know whose cake was in the White? Oh, it was yours. You're comping to it. Oh my. Oh, look at it.
But nice. I got it from Hunter.
So she's a truth teller, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, folks.
I can't remember my lies.
Finally, somebody that tells the truth. They're going to call Trump a felon 50 times and ask Biden if he wants some ice cream. Good prediction, Mick. Good prediction. All right. So our first clip is, I'm going to tee it up just a little bit. Wait, hold on. We have some more comments. I want to get through all the comments before that. All libtards tell me as a Jew, how can I support a convicted felon? I reported, ask my family who were forced into gas chambers. Well, you can consider, right, that I wouldn't say, well, I guess that what happened to your family, they were condemned by the man in charge, right? The powers that be. And so it's obvious that anyone with the power can actually condemn individuals, a whole race of people. Listen, history has taught us that those in power are able to do anything. So, yeah. Okay, it's Grandma Joe again. There we go. No audience annoys me because there are no witnesses. Yeah, exactly. Except for Trump. And then if he comes out and says something happened, they're going to just call him a liar, as they do. Rumor has it that Biden's bitch Betty is a Chinese spy. Oh. No? Well, what's your nationality, Biden's bitch Betty?
White Anglo-Saxon.
Oh. I would think that if Biden had a side piece, that he'd probably go for an ethnic person.
He doesn't know the difference.
But then again, he was friends with the Grand Wizard. So, yeah. Hey, Biden is pro-Hamas. Yes, he is. Will there be a drug test, Adderall? Well, that's what Trump wanted, but I don't know if he got that in the negotiation.
And how do they know that's his pee?
This is true too. Well, maybe you could.
They could take his diaper. I mean, I can maybe give it to them if he pisses.
Would you do that for the good of your country? For the good of your country, would you?
I'm looking to sleep with Trump as well.
Oh, okay.
Or Melania gets in the way.
Tell him to ask his Jewish family how they can support a party that doesn't support Israel. Excellent, Cat Howard Zim. He's a racist. He would do it. He wouldn't do ethnic. Exactly, Colleen. Jen, your do is quite electrifying. All right. Grandma Joe's on tonight. We just came back from dinner. She has been out every day this week. It's crazy. It's fantastic. We're having so much fun. Okay, so here's our first clip. Teeing it up. So the question was, and I clipped it wrong, I'm sorry, about the Supreme Court. They were asking, Biden was accusing Trump of pushing through his nominee to the Supreme Court, which was Amy Coney Barrett, before the election. And Biden wanted Trump to wait for the election. And the moderator asked each of the men to support and argue their position on the Supreme Court. So let's hear what was said, and then we can discuss.
First question to both of you tonight. Why are you right in the argument you make and your opponent wrong? And where do you think a Justice Barrett would take the court? President Trump, in this first segment, you go first, 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chris. I will tell you very simply, we won the election. Elections have consequences. We have the Senate, we have the White House, and we have a phenomenal nominee, respected by all, top academic, good in every way. In fact, some of her biggest endorsers are very liberal people from Notre Dame and other places. So I think she's going to be fantastic. We have plenty of time. Even if we did it after the election itself. I have a lot of time after the election, as you know. So I think that she will be outstanding. She's going to be as good as anybody that has served on that court. We really feel that. We have a professor at Notre Dame, highly respected by all, said she's the single greatest student he's ever had. He's been a professor for a long time at a great school. And we won the election, and therefore we have the right to choose her. And very few people knowingly would say otherwise. And by the way, the Democrats, they wouldn't even think about not doing it. If they had, the only difference is they're trying to do it faster. There's no way they would give it up. They had Merrick Garland, but the problem is they didn't have the election, so they were stopped. And probably that would happen in reverse also. Definitely would happen in reverse. So we won the election, and we have the right to do it, Chris.
President Trump, thank you. Same question to you, Vice President Biden. You have 2 minutes.
Well, first of all, thank you for doing this, and looking forward to this, Mr. President.
Thank you, Joe.
The American people have a right to have a say in who the Supreme Court nominee is. And that say occurs when they vote for a United States senators and when they vote for the President of the United States. They're not going to get that chance now because we're in the middle of an election already. The election has already started. Tens of thousands of people have already voted. And so the thing that should happen is we should wait. We should wait and see what the outcome of this election is, because that's the only way the American people get to express their view is by who they elect as president and who they elect as vice president. Now, what's at stake here is the president's made it clear he wants to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. He's been running on that, he ran on that, and he's been governing on that. He's in the Supreme Court right now trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, which will strip 20 million people from having insurance, health insurance now, if it goes into court, and the justice, and I have nothing. I'm not opposed to the justice. She seems like a very fine person, but she's written before she went on the bench, which is her right, that she thinks that the Affordable Care Act is not constitutional. The other thing that's on the court, and if it's struck down, what happens? Women's rights are fundamentally changed. Once again, a woman could be pay more money because she has a pre-existing condition of pregnancy. They were able to charge a woman more for the same exact procedure a man gets. And that ended when we, in fact, passed the Affordable Care Act. And there's 100 million people who have pre-existing conditions, and they'll be taken away as well. Those pre-existing conditions, the insurance companies are going to love this. And so it's just not appropriate to do this before this election. If he wins the election and the Senate is Democrat or Republican, then he goes forward. If not, we should wait until February.
All right.
There aren't 100 million people with pre-existing conditions.
Well, my video was black for most of the time, and it said failed to load.
Oh.
So discuss amongst yourselves.
Oh, my. Oh, well, then we'll discuss you instead for a minute. Colleen says that bingo Biden's bitch Betty looks like Sophia from Golden Girls, and Lucille agrees. Ralph, going back to Howard Zim's comment, the point is Israel is a living memorial to the Holocaust. All Jews and indigenous to Israel. President Trump proved his support of Israel. Indeed. Professor, politics is the projection of power through influence, and war is the projection of power through military strength. And that's exactly what it is. And we are seeing that in action now. They accuse Trump of, doing this or possibly doing this, and Biden and crew are doing it now. Let's see, what's worse than Joe Biden running for president? It's all the brain dead morons who are going to vote for this schmuck. Yeah, well, interesting that you used the term schmuck, because Biden started out calling Trump Mr. President and ended up calling him a clown, a joker, all kinds of names on the debate stage. Very interesting. While Biden's deteriorated so much since then. And that's why I kind of wanted to show these clips.